Well, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folarin. Compliments of the season. This is the season when that's going to be the standard greeting. Okay, today let's look at security. It's not news anymore that the Inspector General of Police has, in keeping with a directive from the presidency, withdrawn policemen that were serving with very important personalities. And recently, the Inspector General of Police has made it known that over 11,000 officers assigned to these very important persons have been withdrawn and redeployed. Of course, it goes without saying that these people are there's going to have to be a sort of an orientation, a reorientation of their duties, because cushy jobs, perhaps, working with VIPs. And now the Inspector General of Police is talking about this will be furthering, the core function of the police, especially in the rural areas. So I don't know how that's all going to work. People have been working with very important personalities. I don't know if these are the particular people that will now be, reposted to, far-flung areas. But we'll see it, we'll look at it. We have a professional that we'll be talking with. Our guest is Mr. Mamadou Sule. He's a former Director of Technical Services and a retired Commander General of the NDLEA. Of course, he also is a security consultant. Good morning to you, Mr. Sule.
Good morning, Mr. Folarin. It's great to be here. I'm a Deputy Commander General retired.
Yes. I did say retired Deputy Commander General.
Yes, thank you.
Is that good? Okay. You didn't?
Yes.
Yes, but for the avoidance of doubt, you are, okay, you put the retired at the end of the title. Okay, Deputy Commander General retired of the NDLEA.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's
you.
The House Convention. And former Director of Technical Services as well. And of course, you're a security consultant. So let's talk about this.
Thank you.
Over 11,000, police officers reportedly, well, I don't need to say reportedly because it was the Inspector General of Police, no less, that was making this statement. Let's talk about that withdrawal in the first instance, and then we'll be going to another aspect of the conversation, which is retraining of police officers that have been withdrawn from duties such as this, working with very important personalities. And the emphasis of the Inspector General of Police seemed to be on improving security in far-flung, perhaps rural areas. Go ahead, sir. What are your thoughts on this whole question?
Yes, for me, the withdrawal is a very good development. I want to thank the Mr. President for doing that because, one, that withdrawal, the Inspector General of Police said they withdraw 11,000. Mm-hmm. What that means is that we are going to create 11,000 jobs. Another 11,000 jobs going by the Police Act. I'm sure you've heard of the spy police.
Yes, now, SPY.
The spy police.
Superannuary.
The spy police.
What is spy? What is SPI,
those
sir?
Who are supposed to be responsible for
what is SPI?
Protecting individuals, protecting private houses, even government offices.
Okay.
They are also supposed to be orderlies to ministers and commissioners. And this category of policemen, are provided for in the Nigerian Police Act. So with this withdrawal, what I expect is the Inspector General of Police to activate these sections of the Police Act, Section 21 to Section 25. In activating it, is going to create more jobs for the teeming youths who have no job right now. But again, let me say this. When we are talking about security, insecurity in Nigeria, I want to tell you that there's this document called the Nigerian Police Act of 2020, a wonderful document. beautiful document. It has laid out how the police should do their work. And I bet you, if the Nigerian police can use that document from the beginning to the end, the level of insecurity in Nigeria will be greatly improved. As you were doing your introduction, you talked of areas when we don't have policemen. The Police Act provides for such. There are people you call special constable that you need to appoint in areas where you don't have police. So if you look at the Police Act, it's provided for there. Let me quickly also run into this area. If you look at the Civil Defense Act, Section 27, I think subsection 3 or 4 thereabout, it talks about the powers of a governor to give instructions to the Civil Defense Commandant at the state level. And that section says the commandant shall comply if he's giving such directives. The question is, have we been giving such instructions to them to make them to say, okay, we're not going to comply? Then I quickly run into another area. The powers of the governor to give instructions to the Commissioner of Police for maintenance of law and order, security-wise. Section 217 of the Constitution, I think Section 217 or 214 of the Constitution gave that power. Subsection 4. In that same subsection 4, it says the governor can give power to the commissioner. But however, the Commissioner of Police will need to get clearance from the president or a minister or delegated in such responsibility.
Okay.
So you can see here that while the Constitution gives power to the governor to give instructions to the Commissioner of Police, the same Constitution says for the Commissioner of Police to obey that instruction, he needs further clearance. Then if you go to subsection 5, it's very clear there that even if the Commissioner of Police does not obey, there's no any punitive measure.
Okay, sorry, sir.
So why am I saying all this?
I don't think.
Yes.
Aha. Okay. When
Hello.
Can you hear me clearly now?
I can hear you well.
Okay, that's.
I can hear you well.
No wonder. No wonder. Because when you brought up spy police, can you hear?
I can hear you well.
Okay, it's very good that you're saying that loud and clear, so people who need to know, have known that you can't hear, and that's a problem that is going to be addressed. But while they're fixing that, and I'm sure they're on it right now as we speak, haven't told us that you can't hear. That's not satisfactory at all. You brought up spy police, and spy police is defined as supernumerary police officers, and these are said to be private individuals that are trained and appointed by the Nigeria Police to provide security for private organizations supplementing regular police officers, and they are said to have distinct uniforms. So when the Inspector General, who I'm sure knows perfectly better than most the difference between regular police officers and supernumerary police officers, aka spy police, I'm wondering that these 11,566, as a matter of fact, these are going to be from the regular, police force, because the Inspector General was talking about using these extra people to enhance security operations in rural areas. So that's what I wanted you to help us with. These supernumerary police officers, also known as spy police, short. So I just wanted to clear that point.
Yeah, the spy police, they are police officers. They have the privileges. Sure, they are police officers.
Yeah, but they are private citizens trained.
The only difference between them.
Yes.
The only difference between them and the other police is the badge. Not even the uniform. They wear the same uniform.
Oh dear. All right.
Now, if you are talking of the rural areas, you talk of the special constable where we don't have police presence. The special constables are meant to be appointed there. And those special constables are also police officers.
Okay.
They are also police officers.
Okay.
So the spy police, the difference is that if you need them, you pay for their uniform, you pay their salary, you pay for their training, but they are police officers. Let me tell you one interesting thing about the spy police. If you go to the Police Act, a spy police can rise up to the rank of a commissioner of police.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Because, okay, I didn't know that. Because,
Mr. Folari, let me tell you something. You see the 2020 Police Act, I want to appeal to Mr. President to call for executive summary of that act for him to see. That act, if we enforce that act in Nigeria, I have told you, the level of insecurity will reduce greatly. A wonderful piece of legislation. If you enforce that act, the level of insecurity will reduce in Nigeria. It provides for a lot of things that we are not seeing the police do right now. The normal police are not meant to be doing oddly. It's the spy police that are supposed to do oddly for government functionaries. It's stated there in the Police Act.
okay.
If you want police to protect your house, it's the spy police, not the normal police.
And they
pay for it.
They
You
bear
pay their
arms.
salary.
They bear arms. The spy police bear arms.
There's a provision. Yeah, there's a provision in that same section that says they can be armed or based on instructions of the IG. I said they are police officers. They are police officers. They have the privileges of a police officer. The only difference is that as a spy police, you perform your duty where your appointment indicates. Say, for example, maybe you are an orderly. Your duty lies as an orderly. If you are recruited to protect properties, a building, a house, even government establishment, not just private people, even government establishment, yes, you can ask for it. You pay their salary, you pay for their training, you pay for their uniform. Like I said, it will create more than 11,000 jobs. I'm sure most Nigerians don't know this. They don't.
People don't know it the way you're saying it. I say people don't know it the way you are explaining it now.
Yes.
Please
It's
continue.
like that. Just pick the Police Act. Just read the Police Act. Just read the Police Act. If you read the Police Act, you will be marveled. Those who made that piece of legislation for Nigeria, I commend them. 2020 Police Act.
So you're giving me to understand. You're giving me to understand now, Mr. Mamadou Sule, that
Yes.
all those police officers attached to VIPs, very important personalities, they are not regular police, so-called. They actually are supernumerary police officers, also known as spy police.
Yeah, those are the police that are supposed to be attached to VIPs.
Those are the ones, yes. So if the Inspector General of Police not the regular police, so if these are now, but they are being withdrawn. All of these 11,566 or something like that, they are all being withdrawn now from all of those people. And the idea is that they're going to be deployed where they can make a different kind of impact. Let me not say a different kind of impact, especially given that we don't have as many police as we would like. So that's the point that the Inspector General was making when he was speaking with senior officers. And by the way, sir, are you saying that even among the police, there are police that do have orderlies, Are these orderlies outside of the normal Nigeria police force? Are they also supernumerary police officers? I'm explaining it particularly in this way because spy police.
If you look at the Police Act, if you look at the Police Act, it also says from the rank of an assistant commissioner of police. Their orderly should be the spy police.
Okay.
The spy police.
Okay. Okay.
Look, Mr. Folarin, you know, one of the things I want us to take away from this conversation is that we have a lot of wonderful legislations in Nigeria. Our biggest challenge is that we don't read them. So what, you know, there's this popular saying that if you don't want a Nigerian to know something, write it down. So the Police Act of 2020, I urge not the Inspector General of Police, but Mr. President to ask for an executive summary of that act so that he'll be able to have an insight into what that law is all about. That law places the Nigerian police in the 21st century in order for them to do their job. I'm telling you, a wonderful piece of legislation.
Okay, okay, I'm hearing you because people have to sort of adjust their understanding. Perhaps they'll also be able to investigate the matter a bit more after this conversation because I'm reading that in ordinary usage, the word supernumerary means, quote, excess, redundant, superfluous, extra, spare, unquote, so as to determine that they're not part of the regular, crucial, core police officer, police system. But, we learn every day, spy police, supernumerary police. And, we're just taking on board new knowledge. I had asked if they can be armed, and I'm really more interested in the Inspector General of Police, saying he didn't distinguish between a supernumerary or spy police and regular police. He just said police officers that are attached to very important people in society will be withdrawn in line with the directive by the president. And they will be deployed in a different sort of a way because and anybody who wants that could go and use his own devices, his own security, that kind of a thing. So this is where I'm happy that you went there, and there's a difference between what the Inspector General of Police was saying about this matter and what we are learning now.
Yes, like I said, the Police Act of 2020, wonderful piece of legislation.
Yes, you said so.
And if the Nigerian police, in fact, I'm requesting, I'm asking, I'm seeking that the Mr. President asks for an executive summary Act of 2020. I'm sure if the president gets to know, because I know he's a busy man, so he might not even have time, but if they give him, if he gets an executive summary of the Police Act, he will marvel at what is there. Okay. Wonderful legislation.
Okay. Because
wonderful piece of legislation.
I hear you, sir. That legislation is as good, no doubt, as you are saying. But the context in which most of us understood it was the way Mr. Egbetokun had said that, look, this was in order to, they withdrew these people in order to meet with, the frontline core activity of the police. Now, I don't know that supernumerary police officers are also in that category.
Mr. Folarin.
Yes, sir.
Let me interject. Have you heard of Shell Police?
Shell. Did you say Shell?
Shell Police, yes. Have you heard of Shell Police?
Shell. I didn't hear the word.
Shell Petroleum.
Oh, okay, Shell Police. Tell me about Shell Police.
It's the spy police.
Okay.
The police Shell Petroleum is using
Okay.
It's the share police, it's the spy police.
Okay.
That's why you see all their vehicles, police that are working with share, you see spy.
You know,
on their vehicles.
I want to thank you, sir, for bringing this up, because the Inspector General of Police did make the distinction, saying that, look, for instance, in the oil sector, we will continue, speaking for himself and his organization, we will continue to provide protection services, but that's different from VIPs. And he made that distinction, that whereas our oil installations will continue to be protected by the police, but, you know, not VIPs. So it's good that you've come on board, and we are learning more about this, especially via the Police Act. The Inspector General of Police himself did say as much.
You know, one interesting thing about how we do things in Nigeria is that there's this challenge we have, institutional memory. Mr. Fulani, let me shock you. You know, each time the president is meeting with members of the Security Council, what you see there is the service chiefs, isn't it? Now, for me, that meeting, if you look at the Constitution, there are two, there's what we call National Defense Council and National Security Council. If you go to the Constitution and see the composition of the National Security Council,
yes,
what the Mr. President most of the time is meeting with is the National Defense Council. Okay. Not National Security Council. Mm-hmm. Yes. The Constitution is clear on who should be on this and who should be on that. Okay. Okay. Maybe that will be a topic for another day. Indeed. The compositions are clear. I'm hearing... The documents are clear. Let us... You see, one of the biggest challenges I told you is we don't read. Could I just implore you to be patient for a while? We've got to take a quick break. There are some things that the technical people want to take better care of. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
The Renewed Hope Initiative RHI presents the RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. Go green today for a greener tomorrow. This national competition is in 3 categories. The household category is a tree planting competition amongst 11 frontline states in northern Nigeria. Each participating household in Adamawa, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Sokoto, Yobe, and Zamfara states will plant a minimum of 1 tree to qualify, with a video evidence of before and after the tree planting exercise. 20 million naira will be awarded to the best household. Submission deadline is 20th December 2026. Community category will see local governments, local communities, schools, and NGOs reclaim and transform degraded or abandoned areas such as dump sites, landfills, parks, and their likes into green, vibrant gardens, parks, and eco-friendly spaces. 50 million naira would be awarded to the overall best community group. Deadline for submission is 15th July 2026. State category will have all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, excluding Enugu State, have a chance to address the growing threats to environmental sustainability and cleanliness. States will be judged based on the number of trees planted on major roads and inner streets and how clean they are. 100 million naira will be awarded to the best performing state. Already, Enugu State has 100 million naira for being RHI's model green state due to its greenery and cleanliness. Video evidence must be submitted by participating states on or before 20th December 2026. All entries must be directed to RHI Office, State House, Abuja, or email rhi.greenchallenge@statehouse.gov.ng. RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. Go green today for a greener tomorrow.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Okay, thank you very much for bearing with us. We're back. Our guest is Mr. Mamadou Sule. He's a Deputy Commander General, retired of the NDLEA. He's also former Director of Technical Services and is a security consultant. And the subject matter is, retraining police officers that have been withdrawn, have been withdrawn. And we started this conversation, and Mr. Sule has been telling us about spy police, but supernumerary police officers is what is generally referred to as spy police. And he's been explaining some things. So thank you very much, Mr. Mamadou Sule. Now, just to sort of set it clear, the Inspector General of Police had said that in line, and I'm quoting him directly word for word, in line with the President's directive, we have withdrawn a total of 11,566 personnel from VIP protection. These officers are being redeployed to critical policing duties immediately. That's just the only thing that I wanted to say there. So I just wanted to put the spy police, which is an important thing that you are adding, in context. Mr. Gbetokun, Inspector General of Police, said that these 11,566 officers that have been withdrawn are going to be deployed to the core function of the police. You were explaining, and the definition of supernumerary police officers, I think, just like you were telling me earlier, sir, shell police, for instance, so-called, are supernumerary police officers. And maybe we can just take it from there.
Oh, okay. What I was just trying to make you understand is the Shell Petroleum have this spy police with them, and they have been working with them over a period of time. Okay. So the question is this. Let me tell you this. The emphasis I've been trying to make is this. The Police Act actually lays out how the policing work needs to be done, is supposed to be done. Mm-hmm. So what I'm asking here today is that let us go back to the Police Act. Okay. So that we can do proper policing. Okay. It provides for a lot of things. So let us go back to the Police Act.
We've ended up at the same place. What the police directive, the President's directive that the Inspector General said he has, acted upon, is going back to what you are saying. Let's go back to where we should be. Yes. Let's go back to where we should be. So we're taking out professional officers, core professional officers, and we'll be deploying those, according to the Inspector General of Police, to critical policing duties with immediate effect. Although he said immediately, not with immediate effect.
Let me tell you, the difference between the spy police and the other police is that maybe scope of work, the scope of work. The spy police, if you recruit a spy police to protect somebody, his duty is to protect that person. If you recruit a spy police to protect a property, his duty is to protect that property. And it is those who need those policemen that will pay their salary, pay for their training, pay for their uniform. But the other police are general duty police. Okay, they are general duty police. So and it's the responsibility of the federal government to provide for their training, for their uniform. The only difference between them is, like I said, areas of coverage and the badge.
So the general duty police, so-called, as you have just said, if there were any of them among the 11,566 that Mr. Gbetokun has withdrawn now, those ones are going to be redeployed to critical policing duties.
Yes, yes. They will now be focusing on the police duty generally.
Okay.
General police duty.
But
maintenance of law and order, protection of lives and property.
Exactly. And spy police, as defined, these are just private individuals that have been trained for protection of very important personalities.
No, they are not private individuals. They are policemen. They are policemen.
Okay. I hear you, sir.
They are policemen. It's just their scope of duty and their engagement that makes them different from the other policemen. They are policemen.
Okay.
They are policemen. They have the power.
I'm not arguing the point. You are the expert, sir. I am,
yes.
You know, we're taking it from you. I'm just talking about definitions. So that is fine. Be that as it. But the subject matter of our conversation, because we were looking at retraining police officers that have been withdrawn. So, as you referred to them, general duty police officers, meaning that, look, it's from that one that you might have bomb disposal squad. It's from that you might have marine police. I mean, these are core professionals. It's from that you might have medical doctors. It's from that you might have even lawyers. So they won't be referred to as spy police. And that's why the definition, as explained, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just wanted to spend time on how do we retrain these professional police officers that might have been attached, 11,566 of them. How do we now retrain them? Because it's a pretty, dare I say, cushy kind of a life. And you've been moving in the laps of quote-unquote luxury. And now the Inspector General of Police is saying that these people are going to be, these people are going to go to areas where we need them the most. And he was emphasizing that the withdrawal was not informed by, the withdrawal was informed by operational realities, not sentiments.
Yes. Yes, yes.
That it's operational realities.
We need more boots on the ground.
Yeah,
we need more boots on the ground.
Exactly. And so the professionals, professional among them that are acting like spy police, those ones, although you've been explaining to me that there's very little difference between them, it's just the uniform. But I don't think spy police
badge.
Just the badge. Okay.
Yes.
And you said that, okay, let me just leave that whole area. So what thoughts do you have on the retraining of these people? Because when you see a man in uniform, you're going to have to imagine that he was trained before he would be allowed to wear that uniform. Now that he is being redeployed, he will probably have to be retrained for purpose, to be fit for purpose. And that's what we wanted to talk about. So you can't have so many officers, 11,566 of them, who are now put into what we referred to earlier as general duty police. We can't have them out there without special training to sort of reacclimatize them back into the core duty of police, such as Mr. Gbetokun wants to do now.
It's okay. Retraining them is okay, but I want to say that, yes, they were doing VIP duties, VIP protection and other jobs, but I can tell you that they were never really off from their police police duties.
Okay.
They were never really off. So the training probably at the divisional police headquarters, at the state command headquarters, them to reorient them. To say now you are not protecting private individuals again. Now you are coming back to do the real police duty. You have to go on patrol. You have to make an arrest. You have to do this. You have to do that. To reorient them to their core duty. That's all they need to do at the divisional level, at the state command headquarters, and they are back to business.
Okay, sir. One moment. Let me bring on our first guest. an AIG retired, Dr. Olatoye Durosimi. Good morning to you, sir. Welcome to the program.
Good morning to the guests at the studio.
Okay.
He has actually researched very well, and is actually coming and aligned with all his arguments backed by Police Act of 2020. Very beautiful. But the problem we have to start with, the presidential directive has to be obeyed, and it has been fully obeyed by the Surgeon General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, for deployment to areas of need and the training. But I would have loved a situation whereby we would have been done in phases, if possible. I mean, total withdrawal of 11,000 is not too easy. But you see, Nigerians want a particular group of policemen to protect them. They will say they want mobile, they want the red cap, they want the VIP protection unit. If you give them even the supernumerary, which they are entitled to, they will not like. But now that it has been like this, they don't have choice.
But we're just hearing that there's very little difference between the supernumerary police and regular police.
The same training. But the badge, although the Delta police is better trained with other courses and other courses than the supernumerary. The supernumerary, you have to be qualified to be a policeman before you can be recruited as well. And the police will train them. It is virtually almost the same syllabus. But you see, but Nigerians want mobile. They want the PMF. They want the red cap. They want this. They want the one that will agility. They won't dictate. But now, the 11,000 will be useful in other areas. But I want to let you know there are some human beings. I mean, even officers that want a particular area. Some are good in investigation. When it comes to investigation, they are good. Some are good in VIP duty, like you are talking about. They can do it 24 hours without being tired. Some are good in traffic. But now that has happened, they have been withdrawn. They must have another area of specialization. Some people like certain duties, and they give their best, maximum best in that area. But President has to be obeyed, and then everybody will not go back to the supernumerary police. Abruptly, we will now increase their training and let them train to meet up the present demand. Share police is in worry, and the area of operation really know the difference. They are trained and they are well paid. But the difference is that while the government will pay the general duty policeman, the supernumerary policeman is paid by the company or the organization that employ them and give them to police.
So,
those who desire police go for the supernumerary.
Okay. So who has the supervisory authority? Is it the police or the guy who's paying the salary?
Under the supervision of the General of Police.
Okay.
Definitely, because they have to be trained by the police, and but promotion and everything is just the same thing. But they are privately employed and privately paid.
How high up can you go as a supernumerary police? Is it similar to the regular police?
I think they cannot go beyond the commissioner of police.
Okay.
In that organization you are employed.
Okay. In the organization you are employed. Okay. So Mr. Egbetokun now has...
Like normal promotions.
The Inspector General of Police now has 11,566 extra officers to deploy, as he has said, the police is minded to doing, to, further, ameliorating the shortage of police officers as they continue to to employ others. So but you said that withdrawing 11,500...
Mr. Fulari, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fulari, can I say something?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
You see, the people that are requesting for mobile police, they are abusing the Nigerian police force.
Okay.
Why should you require for a mobile policeman to protect you? Why? The mobile police is a specialized area. Mobile police is anti-riot. Quiet riot. Go to areas where there are disturbances. How can you ask such people to protect you? Like I told you at the beginning, we have institutional memory. Institutional memory. How can mobile police be protecting you?
But the question, sir, the question...
Do you know the cost of training a mobile policeman?
The question
to train one policeman?
The question probably is, why were those requests granted? Why were those requests granted?
That is why... Look, I've told you the basic line is for us to go back to the Police Act.
Okay.
Let us use, Mr. President, please use the Police Act. Tell the IG to use the Police Act. The Police Act will give you the police you are looking for. The Police Act will make the police more efficient. Let me tell you something. If you go to Section 20 of the Police Act, it says that no policeman should receive salary less than any other law enforcement agencies in Nigeria. So he has already set the benchmark for the salary of police. Why should any other law enforcement agency receive more than police when it's in their law, Section 20? Why?
Okay.
I've told you the Police Act is the benchmark to improve policing and to improve internal security.
Okay. And so, but we still come back to our story was based on the withdrawal, the presidential order to withdraw policemen from very important
beautiful order. I've told you that presidential directive, when I heard it, I was dancing. I was happy that our police will now go and do their duty that we are paying them to do. Our police will now secure us.
And you've said that the training is going to be minimal. Even the retired AIG who called in said that it's largely the same syllabus. Largely the same syllabus. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem at all. But are the spy police, are they deployed in every area that regular police are deployed to?
When you need, you apply to the IG. When you need, you apply. They are deployed specifically to those who need them. So all these VIPs that are looking for police protection, they should apply to the IG that they want police. IG will recruit police for them, will train them. They will pay for the training, they will pay for their uniform, and they'll be paying them salary.
But the AIG just helped us by saying that the presidential order must be obeyed. And so that's what we have now.
Oh, of course.
That's what we have now.
Yes, it must be obeyed. It must be obeyed. So first of all, we can do, look, when we say training, there are emergency training. So what the police needs to do now for the VIP is to say, those of you that need, indicate how many you want. We can do emergency training and do retraining and retraining until we get to where we are going to.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do 3 months. You can do 3 months ad hoc training. They go back. You take more again. Just keep training them. At the end of the day, how many months do you use to train a constable? At the end of the day, when you do a crash training program, if you are supposed to do 5 hours in a day, you do 10 hours. Or you do more hours. No Saturday, no Sunday. So that we're able to catch up. We're able to provide a replacement for those that have been withdrawn.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying, is that
everything is doable. Yes, go ahead.
So what you're saying is that there shouldn't be a problem really in obeying the order. Not obeying it in a destructive sort of a way. The order is that we don't want police officers doing what is it now? Guard duties. There are other category of policemen that that is their specialization. Supernumerary police do that kind of work.
Yes.
So if you were to see, for instance, a police officer after the directive still guarding a VIP, if I understand what you are saying, then you probably have to understand that that guy is probably a spy police, supernumerary police officer. He won't be core.
Definitely, yes. That's what I was
saying. But this is going to be a bit, because the uniform, I think they have a special badge. I'm just saying this because people might see that, hasn't the president determined and ordered that Mr. Gbetoku, Inspector General, withdraw all police officers attached to big men up and down the land. So you need to look, if you want to verify, you need to look at the uniform. There probably be something where you can see that this is an, I think there's SPY. Yes, now that I remember, there's SPY before their numbers,
Yes.
their numbers. And so you would know
Yes.
that that is a supernumerary police officer, AKA spy police. And so I don't know, he passes the test. You know, but he will still be an officer, he will still be wearing the uniform. He will still be doing what he was doing
Yes.
before, but he will not be any of the stock that the police will be using for other crucial areas. If that is the case, because you've said it, that what's so special about you know, training these officers? And even a retired police officer has called in to say that there's no big deal there. The syllabus is similar, if not identical. It's just that we do know that the police have different departments. You know, I was just remembering a few off the top of my head, from bomb disposal experts to, you know, doctors, lawyers, you know, all of them are in the police. There's hardly any profession that is not in the police.
You know, I mentioned to you, there are areas where we don't have police presence.
Okay.
Those areas where we don't have the police presence, the IG is supposed to appoint special constables in those areas. Special constable, people that will perform the work of the police.
No.
People that will perform the... Look, Fulari, you know, the bottom line of my conversation is the Police Act. Let us use the Police Act. Let us not do it in a selective manner. The 2020 Police Act, wonderful piece of legislation. If there are areas that are not in tune with the present reality, we can see how we can juggle them, amendment and all the rest. But that document, I don't think it has been fully implemented.
Okay.
If we fully implement it, you will see the police force we all dream of.
So you are saying that people need to go back to the Police Act, and if you follow that, then we'll be in very good standing in terms of police efficiency.
I'm even suggesting, requesting, if Mr. President will listen, I'm also appealing to Mr. President that he should ask for an executive summary of the Police Act. An executive summary.
Okay.
What he will see, he will be amazed.
We're just assuming that the president doesn't know about the Police Act. I mean, I wouldn't go as far, you know, but you said that, Mr. President...
I'm not saying the president... Mr. President is a busy man. Mr. President cannot read every law.
Okay.
He cannot read every law.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking for somebody to do an executive summary for him. So that executive summary will give him the little time he can, you know, go through it and see what the police is doing, they are not doing, and what they need to do. Because we have security challenge. The police is the lead agency. Is the lead agency. If police is working, the security challenges we have now will reduce.
Okay. So
I just told you now, you know, we talk about the salary of the police. The Police Act has taken care of that.
I hear you,
Why
sir.
are we not using that Section 20 to determine the salary of police?
Okay. I hear you.
If other law enforcement agencies are receiving more than the police, why is the police not being upgraded to those law enforcement agencies level?
Okay, Mr. Momodu
The
Sule,
Police Act.
I want to thank you very much for coming on. And the most important thing you said is that the Police Act is all important. Let us all be familiar with it and then operate according to the dictates of the Police Act. And we'll be closer to where we need to be than now. Thank you very much, Mr. Momodu Sule, a retired Deputy Commander General at the NDLEA. Thank you very much for your program, for your time, sir. And that's where we're going to have to leave the program today. But do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folari. Bye-bye for now.